Hi everyone, in this video we're going to talk about time markers. Words that tell us when something happens. More importantly, how Indonesians actually use these words. Most learners know Kemarin means yesterday, but native speakers use it in more ways than you might expect. Kemarin isn't always yesterday, and besok isn't always tomorrow. Let's have a look. We're going to start with past time markers. In this lesson, we're going to talk about dulu, kemarin, tadi, and lalu. Number 1, dulu. The word dulu is used to describe something that happened in the past, usually at an unspecified time. For example, dulu saya or aku belajar masak. Sekarang aku belajar bikin kue. Sometime in the past, unspecified time, I learned how to cook. Now I'm learning how to make desserts or snacks. I used to learn how to cook. Now I'm learning how to make desserts or snacks. Next example. Dulu aku nggak bisa bahasa Indonesia, tapi sekarang bisa. In the past, I couldn't speak Indonesian, but now I can. So, dulu often contrasts with sekarang, before versus now. Have a look at the second half of this sentence. Tapi sekarang bisa. There is no subject I, saya, or aku in this phrase. So you could either say it with or without saya or aku. You could say, dulu aku nggak bisa bahasa Indonesia, tapi sekarang bisa. Or, dulu aku nggak bisa bahasa Indonesia, tapi aku or saya sekarang bisa. Number 2, kemarin. Kemarin literally means yesterday, but it can also refer to recent past events, not necessarily the day before today. Let's have a look at some examples. Aku kembalikan buku kemarin. I returned the book yesterday. If I say aku kembalikan buku Selasa kemarin, it means I returned the book last Tuesday, the most recent Tuesday. It doesn't mean that yesterday was Tuesday. Tuesday here could mean 2 days ago or 3 days ago. We can also use it to focus on the event itself, not exactly when it happened. For example, kemarin waktu mereka datang, mereka bawa oleh-oleh. When they came over, some time ago, they brought souvenirs. So in this example, what's important is that they brought souvenirs, not when it happened. Usually in a situation like this, there are 2 possibilities. First, it's already clear from context when it happened, when they arrived, or the when is not important. You'll also hear common phrases like kemarin pagi, kemarin siang, and kemarin malam. Number 3, tadi. Tadi refers to something that happened earlier, usually earlier today. For example, tadi aku jalan-jalan di pantai. Earlier today, I walked on the beach. Tadi pagi, aku jalan-jalan di pantai. Earlier this morning, I walked on the beach. It doesn't tell exactly what time, just sometime earlier, and it's usually recent. You'll often hear combinations like tadi pagi, tadi siang, tadi malam. And you'll also hear them in reverse. Pagi tadi, siang tadi. It's unusual to say or hear malam tadi. Tadi malam is more common. Number 4, lalu. Lalu means last or ago, and it's often used with time periods like minggu, bulan, and tahun. Minggu lalu, last week. Bulan lalu, last month. Tahun lalu, last year. For example, tahun lalu mereka liburan ke Singapura. Last year, they went on holiday to Singapore. 2 tahun yang lalu, dia nggak bisa bicara bahasa Indonesia. 2 years ago, she or he couldn't speak Indonesian. You can say it with or without yang. Tahun lalu or tahun yang lalu. 2 minggu lalu or 2 minggu yang lalu. When it's used with days, like Kamis lalu or Rabu lalu, last Thursday or last Wednesday, the meaning could be less clear. So if you're unsure, it's okay to ask which Thursday or which Wednesday they mean. Because if someone says Kamis lalu, it could mean the most recent Thursday, or it could mean the Thursday before that. Next, we're gonna talk about present time markers. Number 1, sekarang. It means now. Aku belajar bahasa Indonesia sekarang. I'm learning Indonesian now. Aku belajar masak sekarang. I'm learning to cook now. Sekarang can be used to describe something that's happening right this moment, or something temporary, your current focus or project. Maybe you're not learning it now this very minute, but this is something that you're gonna do for a period of time, maybe for a few weeks, maybe for a few months. You don't know how long it's gonna take to do it, but in general, during this period, this is your current project, your current focus. It's also used to show a change in habit. For example, aku dulu biasanya minum kopi, tapi sekarang aku minum teh. I, in the past, usually drank coffee, but now I drink tea. I used to drink coffee, but now I drink tea. Number 2, hari ini. This one is straightforward. Hari ini means today. For example, aku nggak ke kantor hari ini. I'm not going to the office today. Aku libur hari ini. I have a day off today. The next time markers are future time markers. In this lesson, we're going to talk about besok, nanti, and depan. We'll start with besok. Besok usually means tomorrow, but it can also refer to a future time in general. For example, aku mau ke perpustakaan besok. I'm going to the library tomorrow. Aku mau ke perpustakaan Kamis besok. In this sentence, Kamis besok, it doesn't necessarily mean tomorrow is Thursday. It just means I'm going to the library this coming Thursday. So it could be 2 days from now, or it could be 3 days from now. It can also be reversed to besok Kamis. You'll also hear besok pagi, besok siang, besok malam. Besok kalau dia datang, kasih buku ini. Sometime in the future, if he or she comes over, give him or her this book. You'll understand from context whether a sentence like this means tomorrow or sometime in the future. Number 2, lusa. Lusa means the day after tomorrow. It's often used with the word besok, so it becomes besok lusa. It's okay to just say lusa, but it's more common to say besok lusa. For example, nenekku mau pergi ke Bali besok lusa. My grandmother is going to Bali the day after tomorrow. Next, nanti. Nanti means later, sometime later, unspecified time. It's the opposite of tadi. For example, nanti aku jalan-jalan di pantai. I'll go for a walk at the beach later. It can also be combined with siang and malam. Nanti siang, later this afternoon. Nanti malam, later tonight. Nanti pagi is not common because to say this, you would normally need to be speaking the night before. And in that situation, because it refers to the next morning, we would usually say besok pagi rather than nanti pagi. And you don't always need the word akan or mau, which means will or going to, if you have nanti in the sentence. Nanti already shows it's about the future. It can mean later today or even later on in the distant future. For example, nanti setelah aku lulus sekolah, aku mau melamar kerja di perusahaan ABC. Later, after I graduate, I'll apply for a job at ABC company. The informal version of nanti is antar. And this is very common in everyday conversation. For example, antar kalau hujan berhenti, aku mau ke pasar. Later, when it stops raining, I'll go to the market. But nanti is quite neutral, so you could use either nanti or antar. Number 4, depan. Depan is the opposite of lalu. It means next. You'll hear minggu depan, bulan depan, tahun depan. Tahun depan mereka akan dikirim ke Jepang. Next year, they'll be sent to Japan. Bulan depan aku mulai kerja di tempat baru. Next month, I'll start working at a new place. When used with days of the week, it usually means next week's version of that day. For example, Senin depan. It means next Monday. Monday next week. But again, with any time marker combined with days of the week, if it's not clear, just ask. Alright, that's all for today. These are the most common time markers in Indonesian, from past to present to future. The sample sentences in this video are informal Indonesian, so you could use them for practice. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye!